Hey, my lovely, lovely, wonderful people. A pleasant evening to everybody. Now, beautiful people, I want a lot of parents, guardians, families, friends, and everybody to listen to this. I heard something in the news, and I don't know if it's going to come on later on, but I said to myself, we better listen to this because it is serious. Let me see what the headline says here now from the BBC News. Online, it says U.S. halts student visa appointments and plans expanded social media vetting. Quoted it verbatim. This was a Brandon, Drenon, the BBC News, Washington, D.C. It was updated 6 minutes ago, today, May 27, 2025. All right, it says here now, U.S. President Donald Trump's administration has ordered embassies to stop scheduling appointments for student visas as it prepares to expand social media vetting of such applicants. In a copy of a memo sent to diplomatic posts, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the pause would last until further guidance is issued. The message said social media vetting would be stepped up for student and foreign exchange visas, which would have significant implications for embassies and consulates. Of course it would. It comes amid Trump's feud with some of America's most elite colleges, which he believes are too left-wing. He says some of them have enabled anti-Semitism on campus and uphold discriminatory admissions policies. The State Department memo, viewed by the BBC's U.S. partner CBS News, directed U.S. embassies on Tuesday to remove any unfilled appointments from their calendars for students seeking visas, but said those with appointments already scheduled could go ahead. The diplomatic cable also said the State Department was preparing for an expansion of required social media screening and vetting applicable to all student visa applications. Trump administration seeks to pull estimated $100 million in Harvard funding. Foreign students who want to study in the U.S. are usually required to schedule interviews at an American embassy in their home country before approval. Many institutions rely on foreign students for a significant chunk of their funding, as they often pay higher tuition fees. When asked about student visas, State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce told reporters on Tuesday, "We take very seriously the process of vetting who it is that comes into the country, and we're going to continue to do that." The Trump administration has frozen hundreds of millions of dollars in funding for universities and moved to deport students while revoking thousands of visas for others. Many of these actions have been blocked by the courts. The White House has accused some U.S. universities of allowing pro-Palestinian activism on campus to be hijacked by anti-Semitism. Colleges have accused the Trump administration of trying to infringe upon free speech rights. Harvard University has been the focal point of President Trump's ire. Last week, the Trump administration revoked Harvard's ability to enroll international students or host foreign researchers. A federal judge blocked the policy. If the measure is allowed, it could deliver a devastating blow to the university, where more 1/4 of students are foreign. I decided that I would read the entire article because, sometimes I think a number of Jamaican students, I don't know if students or young people, even some older people, the words come out of their mouth a lot before the brain actually gets an opportunity to process it and to digest it and to belch what needs to be belched off, to poop out what need for poop out, doo-doo out or dee-dee out what need for doo-doo out, and wee-wee out what need for wee-wee out, or urinate out. I think the mouth, the Bible calls it the world of the dead. Yes, it sometimes will spew bitter, will spew sweet. But when the bitter comes, mighty God, I don't know if the serpent is as deadly as the tongue. And let me tell you, when I used to read that in the Bible, I said, boy, the Bible got kind of rough. Pound saying that about the tongue, until social media hit the world. And the things that I've heard some people say about others, I'm not talking about what I've read only, but what I've heard coming out of their mouth. I said the Bible is as true as ever. It is like the world of the dead, where you just see carcasses and you see decadence and you see mayhem. When you hear some words that come out of people's mouth, they better give God thanks that God is not like man, because they probably would not leave the immediate second that follows what came out of their mouth if it were not for the love, the compassion, the understanding, the patience, and the grace of God. And sometimes I'm scrolling social media and you will hear people talking this and that about the different leaders of the land. I want to encourage you to read Romans chapter 13. If it's not 13, it is 14. That talks about respecting. You don't have to like the ways of, but you ought to respect those in authority. It was really talking about secular leaders, not so much the religious ones. And I need to do another vlog on the religious ones. The way I hear some of you demolish pastors, I'm sorry for you, God going give on a beating. Remember Saul? Saul was a leader for about 40 years. The first 2 years the Lord walked with him. The next 38 he did not. But yet he was leading for 40 years. So even though the Spirit of God may not be walking with some people, they are still in leadership. They were anointed by God and they're in leadership. Yes, God now walk with them in the way that he would walk with those who are of him and his. But, he's a God of principle. And even with that, and he tried to annihilate David, Saul, when David was great to him, good to him. But David could have annihilated him twice. And David said, I cannot touch the Lord's anointed. It's not only so much in respect of Saul, it is his respect and love for God, first and foremost. Because he loves God, he honors God's laws, precepts, principles, and standards. And David was a leader himself. So he understands the rudiments of leadership, that you respect those in authority, even if they're evil. Even if they're evil and wicked. If they're telling you to do something that is illegal and immoral, obviously you don't need to follow, and you're within your right not to. But outside of the parameters of those or that, you must respect them, so you don't talk certain things. We are here to talk about the President of the United States, the leaders in Jamaica, the leaders in churches, social places, wherever they may be. You think that those things are not recorded? I'm in the book of Hosea. You need to read about Hosea 8, 9, or 10. I don't remember where I reach in it. Where it says, you think I have not recorded the things that you have said? That's what God was saying, You think I have not recorded the things that you have said or done? They're checking the social media. Now, you may think it is only in relation to... you think that when you say all manner of evil and do all manner of evil, and you come on the social media platform with joy, with glee and bliss, and with this sense of pride in doing wrong and being unwise and being lewd, crude, vulgar, boisterous, where those behaviors belong in the sewer, in the gutter, in the cesspool, you think that they're going to say, come on, I want you to earn a lot of money that your 9 to 5 is not paying you. You really think so? Everybody's social media posts and pages will come to the fore. When I had to renew my visa, there was a section that asked for all my social media handle. You stay there. You better make a calling and election sure. Anyway, guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give me one of those lions.